Hello fellow iRacers and welcome to this week's track guide. We are at the Hockenheim-Ring here in Germany. I drive the Porsche 911 GT3 and I'm using a pure driving school setup. So this guide is based for the open setup series, the VIS Sprint Series 40-minute races. And without further ado, let's start the lap. Coming into turn 1, brake between the 150 meters board and the Porsche. I brake early because you have to accelerate through the corner, otherwise you get snappy oversteer and you turn right on a straight. That's not ideal, they say. So yeah, you can see here 50% brake input and then already at the accelerator again. Using all the part on the left here, just don't go over the green part here at the circuit and then, you don't get an off track and it's perfectly fine. For turn 2 and 3, I brake between the orange part of the barrier and the part where the tarmac here starts on the left side. Just before the 100 meters bird. It's always a good reference and has worked for me since. In the Porsche you can use first gear here, since it has so much traction. In the other cars like BMW for example, I would advise to go for second gear, since you do not have that much traction in the first gear. Yeah, this is pretty self-explanatory. It's a straight, so just go the shortest way and you're fine. Coming into the hairpin, I would start braking where the curb starts here or where the green part starts. You can see I was braking a bit earlier, so that's when I see the curb. And yeah, it has always worked and pretty consistent for me. Important to note here is that I completely sacrifice my entry and focus solely on the exit. I think you can gain half a tenth maybe if you focus on the exit because there's a straight coming. So yeah, you can try both ways, but I would suggest sacrificing the entry. Trade brake into the hairpin, and then you can be nice and early on the accelerator. Just a tiny bit aggressive here for me. That's why you see me slightly oversteer. Yeah, and that compromise makes it a bit, but it did not result in too much time loss there. Yeah, this is full throttle. Just don't go too wide, I would say. You can see I place my car in the middle of the track and now I brake just right before the tarmac starts here. Did not work for me, so I brake earlier again. So yeah, same thing as the hairpin. I sacrifice my entry and focus on the exit. It's always a consistent solution for me to get around this track. Use second gear, nice at the apex here. Don't go too wide again. And then you can be nice and early on the throttle, go to third. Now you can just let off the accelerator a bit and then you can, put your foot completely on it again. Don't go over the orange part of this curb because your car will float and you can get an off track and you lose time. Maybe you spin out, I didn't have it yet, but off track and time loss, not ideal, so we avoid it. Now, this is the trickiest corner of this track, I would say. I will show you from the cockpit because you can see it a lot better. You can see this line here, this white line on the left, it goes completely straight, but right here there's a kink. At that kink you want to turn in, but since we're driving the Porsche, you first brake, go over into trade braking and then turning in. And you stay in fourth gear because if you downshift and brake and turning in the Porsche, it results in a crash and again we do not want that. So as I said, just brake, go trade braking and then you turn in. And now very important, you place your two right wheels right at the inside of this curb. It gives you so much rotation and I think it's crucial to nail this corner consistently and fast. Yeah, and you can use all the part on the left here, just don't go too wide here because yeah, you'll see what happens then. Yeah, now I brake again where the curb starts here. I was again a bit early, but if you are a bit braver than me, you can brake right here. Yeah, trade brake at the apex, I use second gear. And in the Porsche you can be very aggressive at the accelerator again, or I mean very early since you have so much traction. Yeah, don't go too wide here, that's very important, and use all the green part here, you can cut all the way. Now very gently on the brake and I go down to second because otherwise I have too much understeer. but I short shift in third here, and just a small tap on the brake, and you don't go too much over because it unsettles the car quite a bit, and yeah, you can use all the curb on the left. So yeah, that's basically a lap around the Hockenheim-Ring. I hope it helped you a bit, and yeah, it's definitely not the fastest, so yeah, there's time to be gained, but I think 1:37.9 is a good lap for most people. So yeah, if it helped you, I'm happy, and yeah, it would be great if you leave a like, and if you didn't like the video, just tell me what you didn't like. That would be great as well. So anyways, I wish you a great week at Hockenheim-Ring. I hope you gain a lot of iRating, and yeah, I see you in the next one. Bye guys.